everybody, and welcome to vlog number 5 we're on now. I can't believe it.
No, time's flying, isn't it?
Isn't it? Hasn't it gone so quickly? So today we are joined by the fabulous Claire Shiner, who is a makeup artist. We've both worked with Claire before. She's fabulous. And she's very like us. She's very jolly and lovely and nice to be around. So, yeah. So Jordan, before we bring Claire in, is there any updates or anything that you want to say or talk about?
Like Charlotte said, Claire is very much like us. She's a fantastic makeup artist. And Claire also actually has her own eyelash range, which we can touch base on with Claire as well. And he said Charlotte.
Everybody knew that you were talking about Claire. It's fine.
I'm going to have to edit.
Shall we bring her in?
Yeah, let's talk to Claire.
Hi, Claire. How are you?
Hi, Claire.
Welcome.
I'm good. Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
That's okay.
Just wanted to talk to you, Claire, and kind of find out what you think brides should consider when they're looking for their perfect makeup artist. I know that I'm not very good at makeup, so it's quite a big area for me.
Yeah, it is quite important to get the right one, because it's a difference between feeling absolutely great and feeling horrific. I've had brides in the past come to me in tears after a trial, so it's quite important to make sure you do research. So the thing that I'd look for is I'd go through their photos and make sure that they've got styles that you like.
Yeah.
So just make sure that the style of makeup that you like is the makeup that they're doing. And I think that's the main thing. But you also have to consider how the makeup looks in photos and things as well. And also how their communication with you is. You know, if they ask you a question, if you ask them a question, how in depth do they go? Yeah. I can't think.
I think for me, it's a bit tough, because you know when you're picking your hairdresser for your wedding, you know your hairdresser, don't you? Everybody automatically goes to their hairdresser because they know their hair and they know how they like it. They know them as a person.
Yeah.
But with the makeup artist, it's kind of, unless you're really fortunate and have someone to do makeup all the time, it's not someone that you use all the time. They don't necessarily know you. So I suppose, like you said,
is a good one. Recommendation as well. But also you have to look at that as well, because they might like different makeup to what you like. So I think the first step would be looking at reviews and how much experience that they've got. But that it's not always a bad thing then not looking like they've got loads of experience, because there's some great makeup artists out there that have just started. It's if they listen to you, you need to make sure that they're understanding what you want. So I think the main thing to consider at first is if you like the makeup that they're posting, and then when you have a conversation with them, make sure that they're actually listening to what you're saying, and then it's the trial, and it's basically the makeup artist just has to listen to what you want.
Okay.
So I think the main thing is reviews, recommendations, and if you actually like the look of the makeup. I think that's the main thing to look for.
Does a makeup artist have a individual style? Like
every single makeup artist has an individual style.
Okay.
100%.
What would your style be?
For bridal, I tend to go more natural, more concentrate on the skin and just defining the eyes, making the eyes stand out a bit. But yeah, that's my style, is natural for bridal makeup. But I can do all sorts of makeup. If a bit more of a dramatic look, then I could do that too.
And so how does it work in terms of, if we're talking about bridal style, is that set by you as the professional, or would a bride come to you and say, I want this style?
It's a mixture of both. So sometimes people have no idea what they want. So I start off by asking them, what do they wear day to day? Or if they were to wear a little bit of makeup, what would they wear? And then kind of build on that. I'll ask them what their theme is at their wedding, if it's more rustic, more colourful, 50s style wedding. Yeah, on the dress as well. It depends on the dress. Because some dresses, you know, like a 1920s kind of dress with the shorter hair, you can get away with wearing a dark lip and just really nice soft eyes, and that looks amazing. But if you're wearing a big statement dress, you kind of need to tone down the makeup a little bit, in my opinion. Otherwise, it looks a bit too much. So it's balancing it out with their dress, their natural style as well, on a day-to-day basis. We come up with, I normally do this at the trial, and we'll come up with the look together, and we'll go through colours and see what they like.
See, that's really nice to hear, because I know for a fact that with my makeup, it is quite basic, it is quite natural. I keep with natural tones, but then there's always part of me that's like, well, how do I make an actual statement with this? So actually working with you and finding out what colours you would suggest and what would go well with the dress style is really helpful.
Yeah. So I think with wedding makeup, sometimes it doesn't need to be bold. You just be able to see your features. So I think if you were to wear no makeup, for example, just as an extreme example, and you took photos, all of your features would be lost. So I just try to emphasize the eyes or the lips, or if they've got amazing cheekbones, like, you know, highlight those and bring that out. So you just really work on the face that you're working with.
And I think also, in your opinion, so when a bride comes to me and they're choosing their dress, I think sometimes brides tend to segment everything. So they choose their dress, then they choose their flowers, then they choose their hairstyle, then they choose their makeup artist. But actually, it helps if they consider the whole thing as one, doesn't it? Like you were saying.
Yeah, some people find it very difficult to bring things together. Like even I struggle with it sometimes, because I like so many different things, but if you put them all together, it wouldn't look good. So yeah, I do that all the time.
Is there a specific makeup style for a specific dress in terms of shape? So if you're having a particular neckline, is there something that you would recommend with the makeup, or is it to do with the colour of the dress or the size of the dress?
It's a bit of everything, but I would say the one that just popped into my mind straight away is the T-length dresses always look amazing with a bright red lip. That just looks really, really good. And then, as I said, like the, you know, and it completely depends on the person as well. But like natural goes with pretty much every dress. But if you're talking about being a little bit different, as I said earlier, like, you know, one of the like slinky, silky kind of dresses, a bit twilighty, with a berry kind of lip, that looks amazing as well.
Nice.
It completely depends on what kind of flowers, and the whole thing. It just, all of it comes together, and that's what we try to do at the trial, is bring all of the looks and everything as one. I mean, I did a wedding a few months ago, and she had this beautiful like orange and red, what are they called, flower crowns. Yeah, and we went for it was quite a darkish eye, nice and warm, and then she had a nice bright red lip, and it looked amazing. And she had a cape, and it had all the flowers all down the thing.
Oh,
That just looks really, really good.
That sounds stunning.
I need to message her to get some professional photos of that.
Yeah, definitely. I really want to see those photos.
Yeah, but that looks really, really good. Yeah,
and what would you say your... Oh, sorry, what was that?
Yeah, so it completely depends on the individual person.
Yeah. And what would you say your favourite part of a wedding is?
Oh, it's I think making them feel amazing. So I've had brides close to tears or actually tear up before from when they look into the mirror. So yeah, that I think tweaking and then the final result on the day, because it always goes better on the day as well after the trial. And just seeing how happy they are, that's my favourite bit, I think.
Do you have a kind of like professional person's tip on how to maintain their makeup for the whole day so that it's not gone by the end of the day?
Okay, so for longevity, it needs to be layered very thinly.
Okay.
So if you wore a tinted moisturiser and that was it, that wouldn't last the whole day. So if you want your makeup to last the whole day, the first thing you need to do is moisturise, whether you've got oily or no. Actually, the first step would be to cleanse your face with a micellar water to get all of your natural oils off. Then moisturise, then a thin layer of foundation, and then wherever you need extra coverage, like say if you've got a spot there, just put a bit of concealer on that. Do all of your blush and highlight, and then make sure you powder. I don't like to use too much powder, but if you put loads of powder on, it does make it last, but it can look a bit cakey. So it is a fine line. You've got to play with that with your own skin. But powdering and then a setting spray. So it's just lots of thin layers. But keep in mind that if you're using all cream products, for example, and you like to look glowy and fresh, which does look beautiful, but it doesn't last because you haven't got the powder and everything on there to keep it in place.
So do you put the powder over the top of the blusher?
Some do. Because it depends. Sometimes I put the powder on and then put the blusher and everything on, but sometimes I put powder on after. So if you like a stronger blush, I tend to quite like a stronger blush because it's the first thing to fade. It's the first thing to go away. So I like to put the blusher on when the foundation's a little bit tacky, but that can be a little bit tricky. But if you put the powder on it afterwards, that does work quite nicely. And if you do put too much blush on, you can just get your foundation brush or sponge, whichever you use, and just go round in like a C shape here, and that will blend it nicely.
Oh, thank you. That's excellent advice.
I'm going to try these tips later, you know.
I know.
Okay, Claire, so we're going to go on to the this and that game. And this is just to find out a little bit more about you, a little bit more about your personality, because it's not just about your service. Like you say, you've got to be working with people that you trust and you know. So I hope you're ready for this. There have been arguments. Okay, so early or night?
Night.
Optimist or realist?
Oh, I don't know. Optimist.
Optimist. Flowers or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Oh, I'm glad you said that one. Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Oh, yeah. Introvert or extrovert?
Oh, a bit of both.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah. I'd say introvert just because that is most of the time.
Yeah. Sometimes I get that spur.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, I've said that one. Big wedding or intimate wedding?
Intimate wedding.
Yeah. Quiet or loud?
Oh, again, it depends on my mood. At the moment, I like quiet. All I've got is children all day, so peace and quiet sounds good.
Oh dear. Breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast.
Planner or spontaneous?
Spontaneous.
Grey's Anatomy or Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad. I haven't actually watched Grey's Anatomy.
Yes, Charlotte. Charlotte's going to be heartbroken.
Breaking Bad. Fuming
on time.
Oh, I'm so cross. Sorry, carry on.
Oh dear. Always late or always early?
Do you know? I'm not late. I'm on time. I'm never really early, and I'm never really late. I'm just always bang on.
It's a good place to be.
Because I am one of those people that leave things to the last minute, and I'll plan it out by the minute.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah. Oh, don't. You two make me nervous. I like to have that spare time for the just what ifs, the what ifs.
My husband is exactly the same. If it's a wedding where I've never been somewhere before, then I'll definitely allow extra time. Or if it's a bit further away than normal, then I'd definitely have extra time. But yeah, I wanted to bang on.
Oh dear. Okay, chocolate or sweets?
Chocolate.
Oh, good answer.
You can't beat a dairy. What's the dairy milk nut one?
Whole nut.
Whole nut. That's it.
Don't you make me hungry.
See, my husband loves sweets, and he's also a leave. We always have a little, not arguments, but I'm like, why are you doing this so early? It's like the children are going to bed until 7, and you're bathing them at 3. What's wrong with you?
It's because he needs hours in the day to be that organised.
I
know. Oh, okay. And if you were to give us one bit of wedding advice, what would it be?
Don't care about what other people want or think. Just do what you want.
Yes.
Love that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I think that's the main one, I think.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Claire. It's been amazing having you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Claire.
Thanks for having me.
No, you're very welcome. Please, can you just tell everybody before you go how people get hold of you or where you are on social media?
The easiest way to get hold of me is, although Facebook's been a bit strange at the moment, I don't know if you guys are seriously facing the same thing where you can't see your messages. You have to have the business manager app, and then you have to open the messages. So I'm struggling a bit with Facebook at the minute, but that is the main source of my messages. But I've got Instagram as well, and both of them are just Claire Shiner Makeup Artist. But yeah, as I said, with Facebook, if it takes me a bit longer to get back to you, it's because it's either not showing up or I can't actually get to it. It's driving me mad at the moment.
Thank you so much, and hopefully we'll all be able to work together again soon.
Yes, definitely.
Thanks so much.
Thanks so much, Claire. Bye-bye.
Bye.